I've got 23 different tips to avoid getting scammed on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, so make sure to stick around. What's up, s'mores? I'm Shannon Morse. Welcome to my YouTube channel all about travel and technology, and today I have some tech tips for you as far as keeping you from getting scammed, getting phished, getting your information stolen while you are shopping on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, but as well, you can use these tips throughout the entire year. This is very important information, and I hope it helps you to keep safe during the holiday season. Before I get started, I wanted to say thank you so much to William for sponsoring me on buymeacoffee.com/snubs. William bought me some coffees on buymeacoffee.com. Thank you so much, William. I appreciate it. Your help keeps me caffeinated throughout these videos, so I appreciate the help, absolutely. Also, over on patreon.com/Shannon Morse, Katie Masoris joined the Patreon community team this week. Thank you so much, Katie, and also, you're amazing. Katie is incredible. You should check her out on Twitter. She's awesome people, and one person that I absolutely look up to when it comes to information security. So thank you, Katie, for the support, and I hope that you enjoy this video. If you are interested in becoming a Patreon over at patreon.com/Shannon Morse, you will get access to all of my perks that I have ever uploaded to that page. You will also get a limited edition holiday card if you sign up before December 11th at any of the perk levels. There is no minimum for that, so definitely check it out. Now is the time to absolutely join, and by joining, you are contributing to the making of this channel and the making of this show. So anytime a light breaks, anytime I need to get a new lens, that money contributes directly to creating more content. So I wanted to thank everybody who contributes on Patreon. All right, on to those 23 tips with tip number 1. Number 1, plan out your favorite deals and make a list. Now, usually for this, I use Google Keep, or I'll use Notepad on my desktop to just link out all the different pages and all the different sales, and maybe even compare prices between retailers to figure out which items that I really actually want. During this time, I'll do reviews and etc. to just figure out exactly which items I definitely want to put my money down on. That way I don't get confused whenever those deals start, and I get more of a chance to get that item. Now, this also goes along with tip number 2, which is add everything to your online wish list. Now, when you are adding items to your wish list, this has 2 different reasons. First, you can easily find the link for something because it's directly on your wish list. Now, if a retailer chose to take something off their main page, or they switched around the mapping of their website, you may not necessarily be able to find that link to a product that you are interested in, or it might sell out and just disappear off of the page. Now, if it's on your wish list, if it already sold out, there's not much you could do, but if it's still there, you can just simply go to your wish list and click on the thing to add it to your cart. It's much, much easier whenever you stick things in a little bookmark section so that you can easily find them. Number 2 with that wish list is if you add everything to a wish list, you know that you are on that retailer's website, and everything on that wish list is also owned by that retailer. If you just go to Google or go to a social media site and try to find the same deal, sometimes you might run across a duplicated attacker's website that is just trying to spoof the retailer and get you to type in your credit card details. You don't want that to happen, so just make sure that you are sticking around on the retailer's website and their wish list. Number 3 is preload your websites to prepare for launches of the best deals that you want to get your hands on. Now, a lot of websites, whenever they do big sales or new product releases, their website goes down, and it's because so many people are accessing that website at once. I won't go into the nitty-gritty, the tech details of why that happens, but it's basically because they are overloaded with traffic and their server just cannot handle all the traffic, so it ends up just breaking down and even shutting down sometimes. So you want to make sure that you are able to get to the website just fine, and a lot of times to be able to do that, I recommend just going to the website for the sale, refreshing it when that sale starts, and then just adding that item to your cart because you're already on the page where that sale is happening. So that way you don't have to worry so much whenever a website goes down from too many people just accessing it at once. Number 4 is mapping your visits to stores. So chances are you will be shopping at stores that are in your local vicinity. You probably already know how those stores are mapped out, so it will be pretty easy for you to walk into the store and know exactly where an item is that you want to get on sale. So that's very useful, but it's also useful to map out exactly where these stores are if you're going to multiple of them in one day. So that way you're not wasting as much gas trying to get to one or the other, and you're not wasting as much time on the road. Number 5, consider store opening hours and maybe even potentially splitting up. So if a store opens at 8 a.m. and then another store opens at 9 a.m., you may be able to hit both of those stores. But if 2 stores open at 8 a.m. on Black Friday morning, however, most of them are doing like 10 p.m. on Thanksgiving night, which is crazy, then you may want to split up. So maybe if you're a couple duo and you're both trying to get like different items for your household, have one person go to one store, have the other person go to the other, so you're more likely to get both of those items as opposed to one of the items getting sold out, potentially. So that way you might be able to save some money on both of those products as opposed to just one that's on your wish list. Number 6 is consider shipping to store or free in-store pickup. So a lot of times local retailers will do in-store pickup or free shipping to a store just to get you to get in the store. But if they do that, just go directly to the counter, pick up your thing, and then you can be on your way and go home. This is extremely useful if retailers are doing the same sales on their website as they are doing in the store, and you don't necessarily want to spend all that time in the store fighting the crowds. Just do in-store pickup instead. Number 7 is be aware of pickpocketing and purse swiping. So pickpocketing obviously is very familiar to anybody, especially if you travel. However, purse swiping is something that happens in retail stores to people that carry purses, so not necessarily everyone. I carry a purse, so this is something that I pay attention to in retail stores. Basically, if you're rolling around a cart in front of you in a retail store, you don't want to put your purse in the cart because the moment that you look away or it goes out of your peripheral vision, there's entirely a chance that an attacker or a criminal could reach in your purse, steal your wallet, or they could just steal the entire purse and walk away. And if you don't notice immediately, they could just walk out of the store and steal it. So that's definitely a thing to consider. Instead of putting your purse in your cart, save the cart space for all those awesome deals you're gonna get and carry the purse on your shoulder instead. Number 8 is watch out for ATM skimmers. Now, ATM skimmers are actually a lot more common than you would think, and usually they occur to ATMs that are just standalone and are not installed in a bank or a well-lit area. Now, I would definitely check every single ATM that you come across before you put your credit card information in there. The first thing that you can check for is to see if there's any kind of hidden camera or a little hole for a camera directly over the PIN pad where you dial in your PIN. That could definitely be a deterrent for whenever you use an ATM. It could mean that it's hacked. You can also jiggle the part where you stick in your credit card. And I absolutely mean jiggle the thing, because sometimes ATM skimmers are just stuck on there with magnets, so you can easily pull them off. The same thing goes for the PIN pad. If you stick your nail straight under one of the corners on the PIN pad and you can pry it up, I would not necessarily use a lot of pressure, but as much as you would to take a magnet off a fridge, if you can pry something up with that much pressure and the PIN pad kind of comes off and you find out that there's another PIN pad underneath it, chances are that's actually stealing your details. So those are just some little things that you can look for with ATM skimmers. And if you don't see none of those, it doesn't necessarily mean that the ATM is not hacked, because there are other devices that can steal information from ATMs. There are Bluetooth devices and there are wireless devices, and there's also wired devices too. So even if you see an antenna that should not necessarily be there on top of an ATM, that could be a sign that it's hacked. There's a lot of these different things that you should look out for, but mostly just stick to bank ATMs. That's going to be your best bet. Number 9 is find real good deals. Now, what I mean by that is a lot of times you will find sales on Black Friday that are not actually the best deal that you can get. You might have seen it at a steeper discount earlier in the year. So use websites like camelcamelcamel.com, slickdeals.net, and PC Part Picker to find out if a product is actually on sale at its steepest discount. If it is not on sale at its steepest discount, then you may want to reconsider purchasing that item. Number 10 actually goes along with that note. Watch out for inflated prices that make a discount look better than it seems. So let's take a TV for example. Let's say the MSRP of this TV back in 2018 was $4,000. Over time, that TV is going to lose some of its MSRP value. So over time, now the value of that TV is $2,000. So $4,000 to $2,000, that means that it's lost $2,000 in value. Now on Black Friday, a retailer decides to discount it even more to $1,500. So you're saving $500 off of the current retail value of that TV, but the retailer decides to show $4,000 as the current price, and then they say that you're saving $2,500 to get it down to that $1,500 price point. In actuality, you're not saving $2,500, you're saving $500 on the current value of that TV. So keep that thing in mind because that happens way too often. Number 11, read the fine print because sometimes price matching will work, however, coupons will not. Same thing if you have a store coupon, sometimes they will not let you use those during a steep discount on Black Friday. Sometimes they will let you use manufacturer coupons. So make sure that you read the fine print and ensure that you're getting the best deal possible. If you can use a coupon on top of a Black Friday deal, use it, why not? Number 12 is be wary of phishing schemes. So these could be like strange emails that you receive. They could be links to download PDFs of sales. It could be a duplicate copycat website of a retailer. I recommend always just typing in the name of the retailer straight into your address bar on your computer so you can ensure that you are actually going to their real website, not a copycat and not somebody that's trying to phish your information. And number 13, if it sounds way too good to be true, it probably is. If somebody is selling a Google Home Max for $20, that's probably a scam. So don't click on it, even if your aunt on Facebook shared it with you or your cousin on Facebook shared it with you. It doesn't matter. What grandma is sharing on Facebook is most likely just a scam that's trying to collect your information. Don't click on it. Just save yourself the grief now because you're gonna stress about it in the future, and chances are anybody that clicked on that, they ain't not gonna get a Google Max for $20. That'd be a really good deal, but that doesn't exist. And number 14, did you just get a weird confirmation email for something that you didn't actually order? Or maybe you had a question on an order for a website that you didn't actually buy anything on? Just don't click on it, delete that email. And number 15, that coupon on Facebook that somebody is sharing, not just that deal for the Google Maps for $20, but a coupon that you can download and print, that's probably fake too, so just don't click on it. If you do want to download a coupon from Facebook, for example, make sure that you're using the actual retailer's page. Usually those are going to be verified with a little check mark next to their name, and they will have a history of posts, and they will generally have a verification process on their page that shows that that is the page that they own. If you're unsure if a Facebook page is actually owned by a company or a brand, go to that brand's website and look for a link directly to their Facebook page. Usually it's just the little F icon for Facebook. If you click on that, it'll go directly over to their page. So you can always use that to make sure that you're actually using a brand's Facebook page before downloading any coupons. And number 16, use a credit card. It is so much easier to dispute any kind of fraudulent credit card transactions than it is to deal with debit card transactions or even PayPal. A lot of times PayPal does not take your side even if you do have proof. I have absolutely experienced this and I hate PayPal for it, but I still have to use them because oftentimes that's my only option. Now with debit cards, that money is going to come straight out of your account. So it's much harder to get it back through your bank. Even if your bank does allow you to do that, it might take a lot longer. Now with a credit card, that money is on the credit card. It's not coming straight out of your checking or your savings account. So whenever there is a fraudulent transaction on a credit card, it's much easier to dispute it before it actually gets billed to you. So keep that in mind whenever you are shopping online. And number 17, if you want to take that step a step further, you could always use Google Pay or Apple Pay. Both of those options require additional security measures. like, for example, biometrics, which ensure that you have a little bit more security whenever you are paying for your products. And number 18, if you don't have access to Google Pay or you don't use Apple Pay, for example, then you do have some alternatives to credit cards as well. You could use a gift card from a retailer, for example, as opposed to paying with your credit card. You could also use a limited card. For example, if you go to a grocery store, Visa sells cards that have limits of like $250 or $500, for example. There's even $50 gift cards that you can purchase that are just Visas. You can use those on online stores, no problem. So if you want to, you could totally use one of those to do a transaction, just to make sure that you're not dealing with any fraudulent charges on your own personal account. This can also save you a lot of grief if a website, a legitimate retailer, accidentally has malware on their own website, which has become a problem in 2019. We have seen that happen a few times this year. So if a website does have malware on their page that is scraping up credit card information, all they're going to scrape up is your gift card or your temporary credit card. It's not going to actually steal the information on your real credit card if you're not typing it in the first place. Number 19 has to do with gift cards as well, but in this case, it's purchasing gift cards. Make sure that you are purchasing your gift cards from a legitimate retailer, not a third party. Now, while this is not necessarily something that I have ever run into because I always buy my gift cards in person from the retailer, sometimes if you purchase those online, they could already be used or they may not have the value that they were sold at actually on the card, and that can run into some issues because it might be very hard to track down and get that issue fixed. So buy your gift cards from legitimate retailers. Number 20, make sure that you're using a password manager to ensure that all of your passwords for all of those retailers are all different. And again, this is just in case there's any malware or any kind of issues on a legitimate retailer's website. Number 21 is be wary of any applications that offer great deals if you download their app. It's entirely possible that those kind of applications may be scraping details from your Android or your iPhone. So make sure if you want to download a deal app that you're downloading it from a legitimate source. Number 22 is make sure your operating system is also up to date, as well as your iPhone or your Android device, and just make sure you have antivirus installed. I know we always say it, we always preach, make sure you have AV installed, but just make sure it's there. And lastly is number 23, use a VPN, especially if you are purchasing things while you are out and about and you are using a public Wi-Fi connection. It's entirely possible that an attacker could be on the same Wi-Fi connection. So just make sure that you're using a VPN that's legitimate, that can offer you some anonymity whenever you are doing your online purchases. But in the off chance you are out and about, or maybe you're taking a break at a coffee shop in between your Black Friday haul, just use a VPN. Just trust me on this. All right, so those are all of my tips to help you get the best deals and also make sure that you are not getting scammed and you are not getting phished during your Black Friday and Cyber Monday shopping trips. Let me know if you have any further tips down below in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. I have tons of awesome videos in store for you throughout the month of December. I'm super excited about my Techmas videos. I think you're really going to enjoy it, so make sure to stick around and subscribe if you are excited about those as well. Again, my name is Shannon Morse. Thank you so much to my s'mores, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!